Have you ever wondered if your body is trying to tell you how many years you have left? The truth is, your body is constantly sending you signals about your health and longevity. Signals that could predict how long you'll live. But most of us overlook them, assuming they're just part of the aging process. What if I told you that by recognizing certain signs, you could unlock the power to extend your life and improve your well-being? In this video, we're going to reveal 5 crucial signs that could indicate how many years you have left. These aren't just random changes. Each one is connected to key aspects of your health like heart function, muscle strength, immune system, and your body's ability to repair itself. By the end of this video, you'll understand what these signs mean for your health and what you can do about them. The best part? These signs aren't just warnings. They're opportunities for you to make changes now, before it's too late. You'll learn practical steps to improve your health, boost your energy, and potentially add more quality years to your life. So, stick with me until the end. By recognizing these signs, you could completely change how you see your health and set yourself up for a longer, more vibrant life. Don't miss out on this valuable insight that could make all the difference in your future. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Grip strength decline. One of the most telling and yet often overlooked signs of your potential longevity is hidden in something as simple as your handshake. Yes, it's that simple, and honestly, it's something that many of us tend to disregard. But the truth is, grip strength is far more than just a reflection of muscle power. It's a powerful, silent indicator of your overall health, heart function, and even how long you might live. Studies have consistently shown that a weakening grip isn't merely an inconvenience. It's a red flag, warning of a deeper, underlying problem. It points to a decline in muscle mass, poor circulation, and an increased risk of serious health conditions, such as heart disease, strokes, and even cognitive decline. It's heartbreaking to think about, but here's the shocking part that most people don't realize. Individuals with weak grip strength are far more likely to experience premature death compared to those who maintain a firm, steady grasp. It's not just a normal part of aging. It's a reflection of how your body is slowly losing its ability to fight off the physical challenges life throws at you. Consider George Thiem, a 75-year-old man who always took pride in his physical strength. For years, he worked tirelessly with his hands, building, fixing, creating, and staying active. He was the embodiment of what we often think of as an independent, strong person. But, over time, George began to notice subtle but significant changes. Things he once did with ease, like opening jars, carrying bags of groceries, or even offering a handshake, suddenly felt harder. At first, he brushed it off, assuming it was just the normal toll of aging. Little did he know, his weakening grip was telling a much more serious story. Beneath the surface, his body was losing muscle at an alarming rate, and his heart was struggling to keep up. His once strong, confident handshake, the one he used to greet people with such pride, had become weak, almost limp. This gradual decline in grip strength is a phenomenon that scientists have studied extensively. It's not just a matter of losing muscle mass. It's a condition tied to something much deeper. Researchers talk about muscle quality rather than just muscle size. And as we age, it's normal to lose some muscle. But when that loss happens rapidly, it can signal much more than just getting older. It could point to poor circulation, reduced nerve function, or even chronic inflammation in the body. What's even more alarming is that grip strength has been directly linked to a greater risk of heart attacks, cognitive decline, and an increased likelihood of falls, one of the leading causes of death among older adults. Just think about how many times we've heard the stories of loved ones who suffered a fall that changed everything, that took away their independence or worse. It's hard to ignore these signs when you understand how deeply they impact your overall well-being. the most alarming part? This indicator is easy to test, and you don't need any fancy medical equipment to check it. You don't need to schedule an expensive doctor's appointment. All you need is a simple handshake, opening a jar, or even squeezing a rubber ball. The difference between a firm, steady grip and a weak one could be the difference between good health and a warning sign you can't afford to ignore. If you notice a persistent decline over time, don't brush it off as just getting older. It's more than that. It's a signal that your body's strength may be fading much too quickly. But here's the silver lining in all of this. Muscle loss isn't permanent. There's hope. With the right interventions, you can fight back. Regular strength training, eating enough protein, staying active, and making sure to maintain good circulation can all help restore grip strength, which in turn can improve your overall longevity. Strength isn't just about feeling capable. It's about protecting your independence, avoiding debilitating injuries, and living a longer, healthier life. So, if your grip feels noticeably weaker than it used to, don't wait. Don't ignore the signs. It could be your body's way of saying, it's time to take action. The simple truth is that small, proactive steps today could ensure that you keep your grip on life and your independence for many years to come. It's never too late to fight back and regain your strength. Number 2. Walking speed slowing down. If you've started to notice that your walking speed has gradually slowed down over the years, it's easy to brush it off as just a natural part of aging. But I want to tell you this, it could be more than that. It could be a silent indicator of how much time you have left. I know, it might sound a little unsettling, but hear me out. Research has shown a powerful link between walking speed and life expectancy. Studies have revealed that seniors who walk at a slower pace are at a significantly higher risk for heart disease, cognitive decline, and even early death compared to those who manage to maintain a steady, brisk pace. I find that deeply troubling because it reminds us that our bodies, in their most subtle ways, can signal when things aren't quite right. Slowing down isn't just about getting older. It's about the silent, sometimes hidden, deterioration of our health. Your heart, lungs, muscles, and brain, they all play an undeniable role in how fast you move. Each step you take, or fail to take, tells a story. Take Frank, for example. He's an 80-year-old man who used to take immense pride in his daily walks. Not so long ago, he could easily keep up with his grandkids, always a few paces ahead. But lately, Frank finds himself lagging. His once steady pace has become a mere shuffle. Crossing the street, something that used to feel like no big deal, now takes longer. He feels winded even after just a short walk, and what breaks my heart is that Frank doesn't think much of it. He tells himself, slowing down is just part of getting older. But what Frank doesn't realize is that this gradual change isn't just about age. It's a clear signal that his body is losing strength, that his heart isn't pumping like it used to, and that his muscles are no longer as responsive. I wish I could sit down with him and remind him that this is something he shouldn't ignore. It's a message from his body, one that we all need to learn how to listen to. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Doctors often refer to walking speed as the 6th vital sign, and for good reason. It's not just about the pace at which you move, it reflects so much more. It speaks volumes about your heart function, lung capacity, and even cognitive health. Slower walking speeds often go hand in hand with weaker muscles, poor balance, and decreased coordination, all of which increase the risk of falls, fractures, and, yes, hospitalization. But perhaps what should give us all pause is this. Studies suggest that a significant decrease in walking speed, especially in a short amount of time, can be an early warning sign of hidden cardiovascular issues, early-stage dementia, or even the loss of mobility that can ultimately lead to premature death. It feels so unfair, doesn't it? That something as simple as slowing down could hold the key to a much darker truth. But here's the good news. This isn't a fate sealed in stone. It doesn't have to be your reality. If you notice yourself slowing down, Don't just accept it as an inevitable part of aging. Take action. It's never too late. Walking regularly, incorporating leg-strengthening exercises into your routine, and staying active can all help reverse the effects of slowing down. It's empowering to know that you can regain control to regain strength. If you find yourself struggling to walk as quickly as you once did, don't turn a blind eye to it. It's more than just a change in pace. It's a message, a wake-up call. Your body is telling you something. It's urging you to take care of it, to nurture it, and to keep moving. Because when you keep moving, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. Number 3. Frequent shortness of breath. Have you ever found yourself out of breath after something as simple as climbing a few stairs, carrying a bag of groceries, or talking to a friend for an extended period? If you have, you might chalk it up to being out of shape or just getting older, but the truth is, frequent shortness of breath can be more than just a sign of physical deconditioning. It can be an early warning signal that something deeper is going on with your health, something that could be much more serious than you might imagine. Conditions like heart disease, lung disease, and poor circulation often start with something as subtle as feeling winded after small tasks. While it's easy to assume that shortness of breath is just a part of getting older, it's crucial to understand that this symptom could be a cry for help from your body, a warning that your heart and lungs might not be functioning as well as they used to. Let's take Robert, a 77-year-old man, as an example. Robert used to love spending his mornings tending to his garden. There was something so soothing about being outdoors, trimming the plants, pulling weeds, and feeling the fresh air on his face. Gardening was his way of connecting with nature, of feeling alive. But in recent years, Robert has noticed something troubling. He finds himself stopping more often to catch his breath, even after doing something as simple as walking across his yard. At first, he brushed it off. It's just the summer heat, he thought. I'm getting older, that's all. But the truth is, Robert hasn't fully realized that this shortness of breath is much more than an inconvenience. It's a red flag. His body is sending him a message that his heart and lungs might not be working as well as they once did. Shortness of breath is a sign that your body isn't receiving the oxygen it needs, and this lack of oxygen can be caused by several serious conditions. One of the most common culprits is heart failure. This is when the heart is no longer able to pump blood as effectively as it should, causing fluid to build up in the lungs and making it harder to breathe. Another possible cause is chronic lung disease, which damages the airways and restricts the oxygen flow to your bloodstream. Over time, both of these conditions can silently worsen, leaving you feeling more and more tired, dizzy, and vulnerable to potentially life-threatening emergencies. What many people fail to realize is that shortness of breath doesn't always dramatically announce itself. It doesn't necessarily start with a major episode of wheezing or gasping for air. It can begin with something as small as getting winded after a short walk, needing to take more frequent breaks than you used to, or feeling like you can't fill your lungs with a deep breath. These little things often go unnoticed or are easily dismissed as normal signs of aging. But the reality is, studies have shown that people who experience even mild shortness of breath are at a significantly higher risk of early death compared to those who don't. The good news, however, is that you don't have to ignore these signals. If you notice that you're getting winded more often than you used to, it's time to listen to your body and take action. Don't brush it off or wait for it to get worse. See your doctor, check your heart and lung health, and make some proactive changes. Small adjustments like breathing exercises, improving your overall fitness, and managing conditions like high blood pressure can make a huge difference in your well-being. In the end, being able to breathe deeply and easily is one of the strongest indicators of longevity. Our breath is life. It's how we connect with the world around us. If you're struggling to breathe with ease, take it as a powerful signal that your body needs immediate attention. Don't wait for things to worsen, and don't settle for less than your best health. You deserve to feel strong, energized, and capable of living your life fully. Start now, before the warning signs become irreversible. Number 4. Skin healing slower than before. It's a stark and sometimes painful truth that one of the clearest indicators of the passing years is found not in your thoughts, not in your mind, but in your skin. As the years pile on, your skin becomes a reflection of how your body is truly aging, and it's something we often overlook until it's too late. The way your body heals from small cuts, bruises, or even scrapes holds a story about your health and how well your immune system and circulation are doing. If you find that a simple scrape takes much longer to heal than it used to, it's not just an inconvenience. It's a deep warning, a subtle cry from your body that the natural repair processes are slowing down. It's a wake-up call, telling you that the hands of time may be moving faster than you'd like. Let me share with you a story. Barbara, an 82-year-old woman, has lived a long life, full of beautiful memories, challenges, and lessons learned. Recently, she bumped her leg against a chair. A minor accident, right? But unlike years ago, when a bruise like that would have disappeared within a few days, now it lingers, weeks on end. What once would have been a fleeting inconvenience, now feels like a constant reminder of her aging body. A small scratch on her arm, one she never would have thought twice about in her youth, now takes forever to heal. At first, she brushes it off, assuming that these are just the growing pains of getting older, but she doesn't realize what's truly happening beneath the surface. Her circulation isn't what it used to be, and her immune system, the very thing that's supposed to fight off infection and repair her, just isn't responding as quickly as it once did. It's not just time that's passing. It's her body, ever so slowly, beginning to lose its vitality. That's the heartbreak of aging. It creeps in silently, in the small, unnoticed moments. Your skin, as simple as it may seem, is the body's first line of defense. And when it takes longer to heal, that's when you should be paying attention. It's your body telling you something more significant is happening. Something deeper. It's not just about a slow recovery. It's about the systems within you, the ones responsible for repairing, healing, and keeping you whole, that are slowing down too. Poor circulation is often the culprit. When blood flow diminishes, fewer nutrients and oxygen make it to the skin to aid in recovery. Think about it. This could be caused by anything from heart disease to something like diabetes, or even just the natural decline in cardiovascular health as you age. Your body, over time, becomes less efficient, and those once small repairs, scrapes, cuts, start to take on a new meaning. There's more to it, though. The immune system, that heroic internal force that once defended you against any infection, is no longer as powerful as it was in your youth. As we grow older, that system weakens, becoming slower and less responsive. It makes it harder for your body to fight infections and repair itself. And that's where the danger lies. It's not just about a wound that takes a little longer to heal. It's about the increased risk of infections that can spiral out of control. We're talking about sepsis, a life-threatening condition that can develop when the body's response to an infection becomes catastrophic. It's terrifying, and it's far more common than we'd like to admit, especially among older adults. Studies show that seniors who experience slow wound healing are at a much higher risk for long-term health complications. The consequences can be more severe than you might expect, even leading to a shorter life expectancy compared to those whose bodies are healing at a normal pace. It's not just a matter of vanity or minor inconvenience. It's a signal from your body, one that deserves your full attention. If you found that your cuts, bruises, or even skin injuries are healing slower than they used to, it's time to listen to your body. Don't dismiss it as just getting older. Take charge. Make simple yet profound changes to improve circulation. Regular movement, staying hydrated, eating nutrient-rich foods can make a world of difference. And if you're managing diabetes or other conditions that affect circulation, make sure you're on top of them. Your body's ability to heal is one of the clearest reflections of how well it's aging. So when that healing process begins to slow down, it's time to focus more on what your body is telling you. It's not just about preventing infections or slowing the clock. It's about honoring the incredible system that's been working tirelessly for you all these years. And it deserves your attention now more than ever. Number 5. Sudden weight loss without trying. There are moments in life when your body sends you silent but urgent messages. And nothing can be more unsettling than noticing unexpected weight loss that happens without any changes in your diet or physical activity. It can be a hard pill to swallow, but if you've suddenly lost weight and can't explain why, it's not something you can afford to brush aside. There's this dangerous misconception that weight loss in older adults is always a sign of improvement, that we're getting healthier, leaner, or more in control of our bodies. But let me tell you, this couldn't be further from the truth. Weight loss without intent can be a terrifying indicator that something far more sinister is going on beneath the surface. Studies show that unintentional weight loss is alarmingly linked to higher mortality rates. It's a heartbreaking reality, but it often points to muscle loss, malnutrition, or even serious underlying health conditions. Take Harold, for example. He's 81 years old, and he's always had a steady weight. Never too much, never too little. But over the last few months, he began noticing that his clothes were fitting looser. And when he stepped on the scale, he was shocked to see that he'd lost almost 10 pounds without any effort. At first, Harold convinced himself that it was just part of the natural aging process, something everyone goes through. But deep down, his body was whispering a warning. This wasn't just a matter of losing fat. He was losing muscle, and that's one of the strongest predictors of poor health. And honestly, it broke my heart reading that, because we often overlook the subtle signs our body gives us until it's too late. One of the most insidious consequences of sudden weight loss is muscle atrophy. This is when your body starts breaking down muscle tissue instead of fat. It's a quiet thief, robbing you of strength and resilience. Without those muscles, the body becomes weaker and more vulnerable. The immune system suffers, mobility is reduced, and the risk of falls and fractures increases exponentially. It's terrifying, isn't it? To think that something as simple as a shift in your weight could silently steal so much from you. And then there's malnutrition, a term that many associate with starvation, but that's not always the case. Even when you're eating regularly, your body's ability to absorb nutrients becomes less efficient with age. So many older adults unknowingly eat too little protein, and that's where the trouble starts. Muscle begins to break down, slowly but surely, without any major symptoms at first. It's like watching a slow-motion disaster unfold, and you feel powerless to stop it. But the real kicker? The hidden illnesses that can cause this unexplained weight loss. It's not just about the loss of muscle or the lack of food. It can be the very real threat of serious, life-threatening conditions. Cancer, heart failure, thyroid problems, and even early-stage dementia can cause weight loss, and often, this weight loss can happen months before any other symptoms show up. That's the truly frightening part. By the time the other signs of illness emerge, you might be dealing with a much harder, more complicated health battle. It's like your body is sending up flares, but so many of us are too busy to notice. And here's the raw truth. If you're losing weight and you can't explain it, don't just assume it's age-related. Don't just shrug it off. Your body is giving you an urgent call for help. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. What you need to do is pay attention. Take a deep, honest look at how you're feeling. Do you find yourself more fatigued than usual? Do you feel weaker, or like your energy is just draining from you? Have you lost your appetite, or are you simply not interested in food like you once were? If any of these things are happening to you, and you notice a drop of 5% or more in your weight, it's time to bring it up with your doctor. This isn't something to take lightly. It's not about obsessing over the number on the scale. It's about listening to the signals your body is sending you. Early intervention can be a life changer. Catching the cause of unexplained weight loss before it spirals out of control can significantly improve your chances of remaining healthy in the years to come. But here's the thing. This isn't just about science or statistics. It's about your life, your future, your family. You are the person who holds the key to your health, and you owe it to yourself to be vigilant. There's always a way to fix things if you're willing to take the first step. So, take a moment and reflect. Has anything like this been happening to you or someone you love? Has the body been whispering a warning, and you've just chosen to ignore it? It's tough, because most people don't realize that their body is constantly communicating with them. It's not about being paranoid. It's about being aware. These aren't just random changes. They are meaningful, scientific signals that give us powerful insights into how our body is aging and whether it's thriving or struggling. But here's the silver lining. If you spot these signs early, there's so much you can do to reverse the damage. Your body isn't in its final chapters yet, not by a long shot. Whether it's improving your grip with strength training, going for daily walks to keep your pace steady, or taking steps to boost your nutrition and healing, there's so much hope left. You don't have to let aging be about decline. It can be about thriving. These aren't just warnings. They're opportunities to make meaningful changes, to change the course of your health and embrace a future that is brighter, stronger, and more vibrant than you ever thought possible. Age doesn't have to define you. You get to define how you age. Let that sink in. As we wrap up today's video, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. You've learned about the warning signs your body may be giving you, those subtle, often overlooked signals that could point to something deeper. Whether it's sudden weight loss, muscle weakening, or changes in your energy levels, understanding these signs can make all the difference in your health and well-being. So let me ask you, what's one thing you've learned so far that truly resonates with you? What will you start practicing in your own life moving forward? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please, share one thing you've learned and plan to take action on in the comments below. Let's have a conversation and support each other as we make positive changes for our health. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us, and we want to continue bringing you more valuable content that helps you live a healthier, happier life. See you in the next video.